Yo, what's good? It's none illa. You are now tuned in to another episode of Moment of Knowledge on the Mogul Mined Podcast. What's happening, y'all? It's good to be back, right? It's been so crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but you know what? We're not here for that. We're not here for all the drama and things going on in the world. That's not why you come to this podcast, and that's not why I'm delivering it. I'm still going to help you become a better you in that process. Today, I think I want to talk about the fact that, hey, you asked to eat. So now you need to figure out how to prepare your meals. You ask for a full plate. Now you need to figure out how to divvy up the dishes. Looking at me, I do a lot of this. There's so many things that I want to be involved in. So many things that I am involved in. And the blessing that comes with that is that, hey, I stay busy. But I'm kind of getting to a point to where it's like now I need to focus on making sure that everything I'm doing is beneficial and staying busy. Because what happens is you can get distracted. You can get distracted by doing so much that you're running in circles. And so you have to kind of divvy up things the proper way. Yeah, that means saying no sometimes. That means also saying, like, you know what? I'm going to conquer this beast. I'm going to have 3 months of non-stop running, no sleep, to enjoy that 1 week of flowing. I'm going to have that beast of just like work, or figuring out who my clients are, figuring out who I am, figuring out who my business is, whatever the case is. You're going to have that. But understand what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for success. You're setting yourself up on the path to truly make things happen. What I challenge you to do is figure out what you have to let go of and what you need to get more of. And that's the constant battle you have, but you need to make sure you lock it in. Because if you don't, well, then what'll happen is you won't even be secure in yourself. I would recommend finding a way to make things happen efficiently. Now, what I would also do is see where you can be used. See what your purpose is. See how it ties into that and master it. So, like, for me, my purpose is always focused on putting others in a position of winning. Even with the Mogul Mined situation, with the business, everything is about making sure others get a chance to see their greatness, to see their potential. And while I'm doing that, I'm learning so much about myself in the process. The one thing I can say is that the blessing comes in understanding your potential, also understanding where you want to be. So as your plates pile up, what you need to see is that realistically, you can. Okay, we're talking about food here, so let's think of this analogy. You know what you want to eat after a while. So, okay, you don't like beef, right? You don't like red meat. So as you start to become more into your vegetarian lifestyle or more into your chicken only lifestyle, you start to weed out the red meat. In terms of business, all right, well, you are really good in this certain field, but you're stepping away from it. So you wean out of the clients you have there because maybe it's not enough pay. Maybe it's too much work, like as far as too much in the area where you were stepping out of. Maybe it's limited, and you start building up in the other area. But you start to slowly transition. Keep in mind, you have 24 hours in a day, right? So that makes what? 24 times 7, 168. I think that's 168. You have 168 hours a week. Now, if you're talking rest, for me, I'm an anomaly in a situation. I don't need much rest, but let's say you need 6 hours of sleep, right? So out of that 168, you sleep 42 hours. So now you're down to 126. You need to make sure what you're doing in your awake time is time that you don't mind spending doing what you're doing. Don't spend time eating food that you no longer want to be interested in eating. You have to be very careful on that, because working and staying busy is one thing, but working and staying busy in an area that you don't want to be in, it starts to become miserable. So you focus more on eating things you prefer. You become a picky eater. You become a picky person when it comes to your finances and how you make money, especially when it aligns with your purpose. Because you can be great in multiple fields, but you choose where you want to show your greatness. And it's up to you to be like, yo, this is what I want. This is why. I will always say that life is neutral. You hear me say it a lot. But you also need to see that, truthfully, so many things connect. You never realize it. How you work in fitness, how you work out, how you work in real life, how you handle relationships. The mentality takes a lot of a similar wine. Don't put more on your plate than you can take. Yes, sometimes. But if you need to get to a new style of eating, you need to do trials and tribulations to make yourself greater. You need to figure out what you can eat, what you can tolerate, what's good for your stomach, how you can do it. In your profession, on your mogul journey, you need to do the same thing. And stop listening to people whose dreams fall short of where you are going. If you're aiming for the moon, do not listen to someone who's just trying to get to the top of a staircase that only is the second floor. It's not worth it. But I truthfully think it'll be real dope for you to understand where you're going and push that line so much that it's just unavoidable. But, I'll give you these gems quick, straight to the point, straight for you to get where we're coming from. So now we're here. Now you know where you are. Make sure you hit me up at none_illa everywhere, or noneilla.com. It doesn't matter. If you have any questions, holla at me. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Moment of Knowledge on the Mogul Mined Podcast. And we out.